Yeah, pass me the rock so I can shoot this three. But I look over on the wing and I see EB. CB the bully in the paint, hanging with them trees. And D cutting to the rim, Mr. Three-Man weed. Yeah, they talk a lot of smack, but they don't get no tease. There's not a topic off limits, there ain't no referees. It don't matter the sport, it don't matter the court, it don't matter the field. Things are gonna get real. They gon' hit it off the tee, straight from hole 18. It could be a par 5, still gon' land on green. Got a mean slap shot to make a goalie freeze. Coming like the avalanche from the 303. Time to lace up the cleats so you won't get beat. I just told the quarterback that it's time to go deep. We got E, B, C, B, the bully, and D. Get your popcorn ready, cause it's the three-man weed. Yeah, ayy, it's the three-man weed. Get your popcorn ready, cause it's the three-man weed. Yeah, ayy, the three-man weed.
EB and CB the Bully here for yet another episode of the Three-Man Weave. CB, how you doing, my boy?
I am good. I'm doing well. I'm alive and I'm kicking, my brother. How was you doing?
Oh, man, I can't complain, man. Busy, but, upright. You know what I'm saying? I can't complain.
Hey,
we still
busy is a good way to be.
Exactly. We may have a D sighting on this show. We don't really know. So let's just get into this shit, man. It's just, not as many things as we normally have on the docket. We'll just get into some Olympic things, do a couple lists, just chop it up a little bit, get back in the swing of things. We're finally back on a regular-ish schedule, so we'll have another show, at the end of the week and kind of get back in the swing of our things. So let's just have some fun today.
Have some fun, man. The Olympics are right around the corner, man. It looks like Sunday is the day it goes down. First things we looking at, USA goes against Team Serbia. First game of the Olympics for them. We handed it to them in the exhibition game. It looks like Anthony Edwards has still got Jokic's number. I say start that man during this game. Forget about it. Just put him in. But it feels like he knows Jokic's passing angles a little bit.
No, and there's no reason to start shaking shit up.
Yeah.
Let the starters be the start. Everybody needs to get in their roles, get used to it, get through these 6 games. Like you said, they already smacked Serbia once. I don't see them being much of a problem outside of the Joker, but Embiid, Bam, AD. We should handle that one.
It should be a flawless victory, most definitely. With the Olympics coming around, it had me thinking, man, what are your favorite moments of the Olympics in the history? And, 3 best moments from past Olympics.
Are we going to go back and forth?
Yeah, we go back and forth.
All right, my number 3 moment was 1996, Carrie Strug, member of the Magnificent Seven that led that U.S. gymnastic team. Her final vault.
I remember this.
Yeah, lifted Team USA to the gold medal on a broken ankle.
Nice.
On one leg, dog. And that's one of those moments from an Olympics that I really remember. You know what I'm saying? Just tuning in and seeing that live and watching her stick that landing and land on the one foot. That's just something that always sticks out to me when I think Olympics.
It was so dope. That might actually be the first memory of the Olympics for me, honestly.
Yeah. I think that was 96. I vaguely remember Dream Team stuff. I was 5 years old, but 96, I was 9, you were 6.
Yeah.
That was, we were really getting into sports around that time, and
Michael Johnson probably had a good run around that time.
The gold cleats and shit. Yeah, man.
Marion Jones.
Carrie Strug was doing her fucking thing then.
Yeah, that was a crazy time. Yeah, with the short blonde hair.
Yep.
A moment that sticks out to me, Michael Phelps, bro. How he just smoked the competition in every event. It didn't matter what the tabloids were saying. They might have caught him smoking a bong. Still went out there and reaped havoc all through the Beijing Olympics. It was really awesome to see.
Crazy thing about that too is like I watched him on Pat McAfee, and for that good stretch of his career, he did not take a day off of training for 6 years in a row, like 6 years straight.
I think that's what it takes to be the best.
Well, he said like in swimming, if you taking a day off puts you 2 days behind. So in all those other guys, like typically they would rest on Sundays, so they wouldn't get back to where they were on Saturday until Wednesday.
Wow.
But he's working out all the way through, and that's how he was able to be even with those photos finishes and as close as he got in some of those. That's like he prepared for those moments with that extra. He got extra 54 days throughout the year to just get that much better. So like, yeah, definitely Michael Phelps is what do you think about him being named the number one athlete in the top 100?
Man, that's tough. Maybe well deserved doing this kind of training. The man almost lived in water, is what you're saying.
Right. I mean, what was it? 23 medals?
Man,
20 gold medals?
There was no way to beat him. And in anything else, you might have had a chance in anything else against anybody else. But in swimming, there was no way you were seeing Michael Phelps. So it might be, deserved.
What else I learned in that when he was on the Pat McAfee show was that I like Michael Phelps. Like
Michael Phelps is awesome, bro.
He's a dope dude.
Hell yeah. He's cool as shit. I liked him back then, man.
I don't know about like the man bun and shit now, but he's rocking a beard and shit. He's doing his
I didn't even know he was doing all that.
And he still thinks he could win. He said if he trained, he still thinks he could win some of those, if not every event. But he still thinks he could win some of that shit. But
especially when it comes to when he has his teammates out there with him, there might be a way that he could win one of those stretches. I could most definitely see it. It'd be dope as hell to see it in the next 4 years.
He did it.
That's what the greatest do, though. They always think they could do that kind of shit.
We didn't need Jordan with the Wizards. We don't need this. He was great.
Now, if Jordan saw LeBron hoop, he might be a different monster if Bron came first. You know what I'm saying? Now that he knows he could play that long, and of course, the money that he spends on his body, probably you couldn't do back then.
The technology and the way medicine is nowadays is different than it was 30 years ago.
Most definitely.
You got to think those years Jordan played with the Wizards are the LeBron years right now that he's leading Team USA. You know what I'm saying?
And the way he's hooping with Team USA, bro, it's like save a little bit of that for the season, man.
For real.
The way he built those wins at the end, back-to-back wins, crazy.
Right. Oh, well, I'm going to touch a little bit more because we're going to get more into the NBA stuff. We'll touch more on that. Let's get back to this list. My number 2, also from the 96 Olympics, was Muhammad Ali surprisingly carrying the torch and lighting the cauldron to start the games.
Mine as well. That was my second as well.
Oh, nice. I feel like our number 2 and number 1s are going to be pretty similar. But yeah, just again, another moment in 96 with an icon in the world lighting the torch locally, as far as stateside in Atlanta. They kind of kept it under wraps, didn't really tell people that Ali would be there. But yeah, it's just that moment of him being up there, holding the torch, lighting the cauldron was my number 2 moment.
Yeah, it'll give you chills just thinking about it, man. Watching it over, you'd be like, wow, that was a special moment.
Yeah. You want to go ahead with your number 1?
My number 1, 08 again, Beijing, Kobe Bryant coming to the Redeem Team. My favorite moment, he was Black Mamba. There was no containing this man at this time. It didn't matter if you were his teammate in the regular season. He was going to go through you to get this gold medal. Kobe being Bryant, Beijing Olympics, 08.
I agree.
And you could clip that.
My number 1 also was Kobe. The way he led on the court, just like you said, running through Powell. The way he led in the gym before games. The way he got the whole team to be in that gym when he was getting there at 5 o'clock in the morning after everyone was getting out, and he led the way. Just the leadership Kobe showed in a time where he really needed to revamp his image at the same time. He may have been known as the best player in the world, but he was very, very disliked at the time. But yeah, that number 1, Kobe. Mamba.
Thank you for those moments, man.
Absolutely.
They were special. Of course, Beijing Olympics were my favorite of all time. Honorable mention, Usain Bolt smoking the competition just like Michael Phelps in the water. It was just a great year for sports, man.
I almost put Simone Biles almost made my list as well.
That whole team, that whole Olympic gymnastics team was great.
There was a couple other moments, but those are three of the biggest ones to me.
Absolutely, man. That was a cool list.
That was fun. Now we got some about more about Team USA. You wanted to talk more about the nicknames.
Yeah, man. There's a lot of nicknames on the team. It seems like everybody got one, except for Drew Holiday. Who do you think has the best nickname on the team?
I thought I got two. It's either Kevin Durant or Joel Embiid.
Oh, did you see the players say who they thought was the best?
I did not.
They asked the players who they thought the best nickname was as well.
Right. But I got Slim Reaper, because that's just a cold ass nickname. Period.
Cold.
Just super cold nickname. And then the process, whether the process has come to fruition or not, is one thing. But taking on when you got to think when Joel Embiid was saying trust the process, he was saying trust me. I'm the process. I'm here now. This is the process. So I think that's a cold ass nickname too.
And that's legit that you say that because they say the way he introduced himself into the group chat was, this is the process.
Perfect.
Oh yeah. No, that was actually one of the ones that they said was cold. Slim Reaper was number one for most of the teammates. They asked KD after, they said your nickname was the best. He didn't ask which one. He knew right off rip. He said, "Ooh, Slim Reaper." He was tying his shoes or something. He was like, at first I didn't think I was ready for the nickname. I felt like I didn't do anything in the league yet. But he said, now, just like that, and the camera cut. I'm like, yeah, that's most definitely. Slim Reaper's the coldest. Even Durantula's dope as fuck. King James you can't go wrong with. That's what a lot of them said. And then the strength of Book is dope too.
Yeah, that would have been my third. Because you could even use that, say Book 'em. You can do all sorts of shit. You know what I mean?
Shit's hard. Yeah.
Book is a strong nickname. Strong. But that one though, it's just abbreviating his name. So but
that's what one of the players said.
But Slim Reaper and the process are those are strong as fuck.
Well thought of for sure. D White, they asked D White. He was like, Drew Holiday needed a nickname.
What's Derek White's nickname?
D White.
That don't count.
But he said it was just D White.
Then that's Jay Holiday. Oh no, never mind.
What's your Drew Holiday's cheat code? I call him cheat code. That's my nickname for Drew. Cheat code.
Maximum security because it'll lock you down.
Yeah.
Top flight security. That should be Derek White and Drew Holiday's top flight security. They lock you down.
Put Drew's face on Craig. It's on Deadass.
Exactly.
Cold.
I'm killing these nicknames. People need to start coming to me for nicknames. I'm still waiting for WWE to call this newer version of the Bloodline New Blood because that shit's hard as fuck. It's only me really on that wagon. New Blood's cold as shit.
New Blood. It'll get dumbed down to that, I'm sure.
Almost too late now. On to the W.
On to the WNBA.
Oh wait, before we get into that, I wanted to ask you what you thought because I saw this question going around online. Who are you taking as far as Olympic team wise? You taking the trio of Jordan, Magic, Bird, or are you taking Curry, Bron, KD?
Curry, Bron, KD.
Why?
I don't think Larry Bird could guard any three of them players.
That's basically what I was at.
Most of it.
You got to think
Magic probably can't guard any three of them either.
Well, yeah, you got to look at where were Magic and Bird in '92,
and everybody KD's height they thought would be with their back to the rim.
And but Bird's back was falling apart in '92. He was on his way out the league. Magic wasn't in the league at that time.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? So just smartly. Just even though like they're around the same age that Bron is now, somewhere like around there, maybe even younger. You got to take the three guys that are still at the top of their game in their late 30s.
Yeah, they're
not
still
the ones falling apart.
This is the best three to ever play together.
Yeah, because you got to look, because Magic and Bird weren't two of the best players on that team. You got to think of Charles Barkley on that squad, shit like that. So like that wasn't even really on Magic and Bird. Jordan, Pippen, Barkley, shit like that.
Yeah. It looks like KD's going to be ready for game 1 too, huh?
I think they probably hold him out game 1.
I think he's been holding out long enough. I think he might have been healthy in the exhibitions, but they just wanted to make sure.
That's what it sounds like. He's been ready to go. I've heard it like his agents and shit talking to the coaching staff or something, but like I understand it. If I'm Grant Hill and that coaching staff, it's not going to be on me if KD gets fucking hurt going back to Phoenix. They already sent Kawhi Leonard home, so like why rush Kevin Durant?
Yeah.
That's what I think. Just hold him out for the first game. They smacked Serbia without him already. But he just got back to practice, today or yesterday? So, yeah, I say give him a game, and then game 2, he'll be ready to go in that starting lineup.
Why not? Might as well. They're gonna plug Serbia off real quick.
Yeah, easy. You know what I mean? You got to worry about Joker, sure. But then what?
That's it.
And if Team USA can find shooting, there's nothing to worry about. Steph Curry included. If Curry can find shooting, there's nothing to worry about.
Just one person's really got to get hot. We don't need LeBron to keep trying to win at the end.
And we shouldn't want that to be the case.
Right.
I understand them like going to him in those final minutes. Yeah, sure. You go to LeBron with the game on the line, but 11 points in the fourth quarter and shit like that, that should be Anthony Edwards. That should be Anthony Davis. That should be anybody that's not 39 years old.
Real shit.
So on to the dub, though.
On to the WNBA, and let me be the first to say I was wrong.
Likewise.
For the All-Star game versus the All-Star women versus the USA team women did not go the way I thought it was going to go. And maybe it's because some of them girls had a chip on their shoulder. You know what I'm saying? Maybe some of them girls thought they should have been on that USA team.
Ain't no maybe.
Does Caitlin Clark deserve to be on the team after watching how she's been playing?
No.
Not yet.
No.
But next time for sure. She's still earning her stripes.
I think the one person with a legitimate gripe was
Kelsey Mitchell?
Agumake. Nneka Agumake. She's been picked over for years. Arike Ogunbowale also had one. Kelsey Mitchell maybe had a little bit of a gripe, but like, we talk about like how much this continuity and chemistry and things like that matter in these Olympic and international play. This women's team's already been together. Just let them finish the job. Let this team play it out, and then they pass the torch, and it's your turn. Angel Reese gets on the team. Caitlin Clark, it's the first year in the league.
It's only every 4 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Caitlin Clark didn't even do the 3-point contest because she said she needed a break. So give her a fucking break. I know Angel Reese just signed up to play in that 3-on-3 that Brianna Stewart and I can't think of her name off the top of my head. But that 3-on-3 league they started, Angel Reese will be playing in that in the offseason, so that'll be cool to see. They're gaining some star power. But yeah, man. All-Stars won 117 to 109. Arike Ogunbowale had 34 points, all in the second half.
Crazy.
8 threes. You mentioned Caitlin Clark. She only had 4 points, but 10 assists. A double-double out that double-double machine. Angel Reese, 12 and 11. Beast Stu hoop, though, 31 and 10 in a losing effort. Asia Wilson had 22 and 6. Taurasi had 14 in what is possibly her final All-Star game. There hasn't really been any word on whether she'll retire or not, but she's getting up there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't think we need to be saying other people need to be on this team or worry about Team USA. They turned around and smacked Germany, 84 to 57 a couple days later. So they're getting their shit together. Asia and Stewie lead the way on that squad, so I'm not worried about them at all either. But yeah, just let this team do what this team do. They're not going to run into another team as good as the WNBA All-Stars.
That's true.
Not going to happen. That was the competition.
I'm going to have 2 Olympic teams, 2 USA teams. Shit.
You know what I mean? Like that's how that works out. So that was the biggest test they'll have. So they'll be fine. Team will be fine. All those other girls will get their chance. But they definitely had a chip on their shoulder in that game, and they showed why they were all stars. You know what I mean? Everybody on there deserved to be there.
Most definitely, it definitely showed.
All right, quick pivot. I know we didn't talk much wrestling in the last couple of weeks, but we just saw this video. I wanted to get your Mount Rushmore wrestling. We saw this one. The list we had was, what was it? Hulk Hogan, Shawn Michaels, Chris Jericho, and Ric Flair. Do any of those 4 make your Mount Rushmore?
No. I might have about 3 Mount Rushmores. Hulk Hogan might make one.
Mount Rushmore, there's one.
Hulk Hogan might make one. But no, none of them made my list. What about you? Any of them make your list? Chris Jericho's interesting. I haven't heard him on too many people's lists ever.
I think he's slept. I don't know. It's hard to say slept on as long as he's been doing it, but he should probably be on the list.
What I'll say about him, top 3 submissions of all time in the WWE for sure.
Yeah. And a dude that could always remake himself. He did so many different things and played so many different roles, heel, babyface. Like Jericho was always doing, like with his band shit, with the list, y'all know Y2J.
And what was the name of the submission? It was
the Lion Tamer. That's what it was at first, and then it was the Walls of Jericho.
It was the Lion Tam.
The Lion Tamer when he was in WCW,
right?
And then it was the Walls of Jericho when he went to WWE.
Shout out when he came to WWE. That's probably when he had the best stint for sure. When he had both belts.
He first showed up and feuded with The Rock, I think. That was how that started.
Yeah.
But let me think. My Mount Rushmore, any of those 4 make my Mount Rushmore? No, I don't think they do now.
Nah.
Who you got?
Stone Cold Steve Austin. Fuck, the best of all time. Not my favorite of all time.
Your personal Mount Rushmore.
Stone Cold Steve Austin, The Rock, Undertaker, and this is where it gets hard. Because I'm going to have to throw some WCW in there because that was a big part of my childhood as well.
Are you going Goldberg?
I was going Stinger Goldberg for my next one.
Sting's not a bad choice. And was in WWE.
I'm going to go with Goldberg because the streak was fire. It had a nigga really believing in shit.
I remember that shit.
When he walked through that fire,
yeah,
that shit was hard.
It's hard for me.
Kane was close too.
It's hard for me to put Goldberg that high just because of like how trash he was towards the end. I know like he was older and shit, but like
played football.
Yeah, but like the more recent matches he had like over the last 6-8 years, whenever that was, like
you know him and Deion Sanders played a little bit together.
Oh, nice.
And now Goldberg's son is playing at CU.
Nice.
Right.
My Mount Rushmore is pretty close to yours, I think. Rock, Stone Cold, Taker.
It's difficult right here.
I got it's 1 to 2 people. It's an up and comer that has done a lot already. That's making his case. Roman Reigns.
Respect.
Making his case, but for now, just because of how much he's done in and for wrestling, I'll put Triple H.
You could definitely put Triple H. He's
like,
probably
currently what he's doing.
Probably the biggest heel I've ever witnessed watching wrestling. He's the greatest heel of all time.
We had some good heels. I mean, all of those guys played good heels. There was
Stone Cold, The Rock. You're right.
Corporate Rock, like
Taker,
the corporate ministry, like all of like they all did great heel work.
That's you had to be somewhat of a heel to make that list.
Yeah, I mean, and Stone Cold was always like the anti-hero, so he had heelish tendencies, you know what I mean? So like all of those guys, even Chris Jericho, great heel.
Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Great heel. Hollywood Hogan.
Would he join the NWO? Yeah, for sure.
Great
Ric Flair, like there's some great heels. One of my favorite heels though, Eddie Guerrero.
Yeah, he was built for that shit for sure.
And Scott Hall.
Built for that shit.
Bully of the week. Bully of the month. When's the last time we did a bully?
What you got?
I'm gonna give a bully to somebody I wouldn't normally give a bully to. And it's a strange time of year to give a bully to this person because he's not involved in Team USA or anything like that. But my bully of the week is James Harden.
What James do?
James Harden's in the lab.
Did he lose some damn weight?
No, but there's video of him drilling in the lab, just hitting jump shots, and he created a new move. I didn't see what this move was called, but it's basically a reverse Euro. So all the makings of a Euro step, but back towards the three-point line for a jumper.
If anybody could do it.
Kind of nasty. Which led me to this question. Is James Harden the most creative player in the NBA?
Yeah.
That was a quick yes.
Yeah,
I thought you would have thrown somebody else in there. Because I will.
Luka Doncic.
Close.
Jokic.
Kyrie Irving.
1 and 2 for sure.
I don't know who I'd put ahead of who, but I'd say those two, probably two of the most creative players in the league.
Yeah. How he's like single-handedly taught Embiid how to do step backs and shit. Like, it's probably a hell of a coach too, man. That's a good one. I got to see these videos for sure.
I saw it on X. I was just randomly on the page on the 3-Man Weave X account, just scrolling through shit, and I saw James Harden in the lab.
That's fire.
Who you got?
Anthony Edwards.
Oh yeah, yep.
Right here.
Mm-hmm.
What he did to Kevin Durant.
Yeah.
It's in practice. That's Anthony Edwards' favorite player of all time. It's cool watching Kevin Durant help this young man develop even more, even when sometimes he doesn't even look like he needs it. But how they were in the corner working on jumpers, how KD was telling them to hold that jumper longer. Anthony Edwards responded well. It's got to be a freak out moment to get taught by your favorite player of all time. And to punch on him in practice is fucking dope. KD jokingly responded with a CJ McCollum quote, but the shit was hilarious. It's all in good spirits. Bully of the week. So,
do you think Anthony Edwards has those freak out moments? I feel like that dunk shows that he doesn't have those. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you're right. He's different.
Until you step on the court, like you always used to hear when you like guys like KG and shit like that talk about how you can be a fan until you're on the court with those guys.
Oh yeah, I think that's exactly.
You know what I mean?
That's exactly how that goes. I mean, as soon as we lacing them up and I got to guard you or something, yeah, that shit goes away. I got to give you a bucket, let you know why I'm here.
See, and I think the rest of the world's adopted some of that. That's why you see some of these close games. Because you look at the Dream Team, they faced 9 NBA players on other teams. This USA team will face 61. So that just like tells you where the world is at competitively, and that's why you're not getting all these blowouts. And you're not going to get players asking for autographs during games. You know what I mean? To take pictures with them at the free throw line. You're not going to have that happen anymore because a lot of these guys, whether they're stars in the NBA or not, you can see that with South Sudan with a guy like Winnie and Gabriel fucking hooping. These guys are in the league and to face these guys and they're used to it. So like, if we don't, I think we should. There should be a message sent this year, like to win every game by 20 or so. But even if we don't, you got to remember that like there's professionals on every team.
Yeah, it's a you bleed like I bleed mentality.
Right, all the way down to Matthew Dellavedova and Rudy Fernandez. Rudy Fernandez, I think he's playing in his 6th or 8th Olympics or some shit. Still playing for Spain?
Good shit, Rudy.
For real.
Oh yeah. My brother, we did it again.
Back in the saddle.
Effortless, as always. Always a pleasure doing it with you. I am CB, the bully, with Bullies, Cuts, and Styles, and that is EB of In My Bag Apparel.
B is going to be swole after these 150 push-ups.
We got a lot of push-ups to do, and can't wait till we post them. Me and Evan with D, we make the 3-man weave, and it's a pleasure. Peace out.
We the three.
Are-